Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're back in another Gordon's 24 Hours to Hell and Back. Today we're going over to Fetch Bistro, a dog-friendly restaurant. Supposedly this is a fan favorite episode. I saw it has like an 8.5 or something on IMDb, like that matters. But yeah, supposedly fans really dig this episode. It's one of their all-time favorites of this show, so I thought, why not give it a try?
We got all sorts of dogs getting up on furniture today. I don't know why.
Gordon Ramsay travels to Fetch, a restaurant designed to serve people and dogs in Wichita, Kansas. But he and his team discovered that the restaurant itself could use a major cleanup. That is a very generic description. Gordon Ramsay saw this restaurant was bad and they have dogs.
I'll have to go to hell and back in 24 hours.
So Fetch Bistro is a dog-friendly restaurant, and in theory, that's a fun idea. But realistically, you know it's gonna be dirty as fuck. There's gonna be dog poop there eventually. There's gonna be dog fights. Eventually, the rules are gonna be so chill that, like, there is no rules. I just feel like this idea falls apart very quickly. It just takes someone very serious and, like, on board for this idea to maintain all the standards you'd need, and I kinda don't have faith that anybody would.
Fetch Bistro is already on the verge of closing.
The owners of this restaurant, though, are Greg and Pamela Buss.
I'm Greg Buss.
And I'm Pamela Buss.
And then we do also get to meet their babies, Solomon and Chuck, which great fucking names.
And these are our babies.
I love those names for dogs, especially Solomon. I mean, Chuck's okay, but Solomon is my favorite. Also, my grandma has dogs just like these, and they're so fucking nice. They are some of the sweetest dogs I've ever met. We do learn that they're the first pet-friendly restaurant in Kansas, so I guess that's kind of cool.
We're the first pet-friendly restaurant in the state of Kansas.
I guess, though, they were looking for a new venture, and they thought, hell, why not start a restaurant that our dogs can come to as well?
And we thought, how neat would it be to develop a restaurant where we'd actually get to bring our dogs to work?
Like I said, I see the appeal, but I just don't think dogs belong at work. They need a safe place, they need a yard, they just... somewhere where strangers aren't gonna constantly walk into. It just seems like a really bad idea. Speaking of dogs, my dog wants to sleep in the hallway, so I'm leaving my door open. Sorry if that bothers anybody. Someone's in the comments. Close your fucking door, idiot. I don't want to see in your hallway. All right, where the fuck was I? And then Pamela says that without them having a history in the restaurant field, that this was a very hard thing to do.
Without a huge history in the restaurant industry, it was very tough.
Yeah, no shit, Pamela. Doing a restaurant, if you know what you're doing, is hard work. Fucking if you don't know what you're doing, Jesus Christ, and then you add dogs on top of it. She's all like, we don't really know what we're doing. Let's see if it'd be easier if there's 37 dogs there. But I mean, yeah, Jesus Christ, Pamela, of course it's gonna be hard work. Sue, though, one of the employees, I believe she's in charge of the kitchen, or at least will become in charge of the kitchen later. She says that Pam and Greg are very easygoing, almost to the point where, like, people kind of get away with, like, not doing their jobs almost.
They're very easygoing.
And they're so chill with the dogs, there's no rules for them at all.
They let the dogs sit wherever they want.
Although, to be fair, this is a dog restaurant, so the dogs should be able to sit at the tables. I don't think you can bitch about that here. If they don't have a designated area for the dogs, you have to expect dogs to be at the table.
If you look down and all you see is dog hair, that's not gonna do a whole lot for your appetite.
Says you. You've clearly never tried dog hair. It's delicious. My family has this ongoing joke where anytime we see cotton candy, we call it dog hair, because when my cousin was like 2 years old, he was begging for it and was asking my mom if he could have some dog hair, so we've called it that ever since. We do hear, too, that the kitchen is kind of a mess, and that no one's really in charge, and there's no consistency at all. There's no recipes, everyone's just doing shit willy-nilly, like trying to kind of be the same. Which is crazy when you're feeding humans and dogs.
We don't have a head chef here.
Oh, please tell me they have a head dog, though, instead. We don't have a head chef, but we do have a fucking dog that cooks here. Isn't that kind of cool?
Nothing surprises me after a while here.
Like a dog being a chef? You know, just saying. God, I fucking love it. They cut to the back, there's a dog in a chef hat, and he's just fucking cooking food back there. That would have been a good gag. We also hear awkwardly, like, Greg and Pamela feel more like co-partners than an actual, like, couple in a relationship. They argue there all the time. He kind of pushes her away. It's very sad.
They almost seem like co-partners in a business more than a romantic couple.
And then we hear from Sue again, and she says that the business is so bad, she doesn't see them staying open for even another month.
I don't see us staying open maybe more than a month.
If only she knew Gordon Ramsay could turn this whole place around in 24 hours. She's like, what are we gonna do? And Gordon Ramsay's like, give me one fucking day, that's all. Isn't that almost kind of insulting that he can go to all these businesses and just turn them around in a day, and some of these places can't even turn their own businesses around in like a year?
Like $800 overdrawn right now.
And after that, Greg goes, we'll just let the checks bounce and we'll figure it out after all this shit. I don't know, in like a week or so, we'll see what happens, how much money we got.
Let everything bounce today and then figure it out later on in the week.
Fucking crazy, Greg. What the fuck are you doing?
You little Machiavellian fuck.
You guys won't be in extreme debt or the business will be closed in no time. No, not at all. And then finally, Gordon Ramsay arrives, gets into disguise, and goes to the restaurant. Now, we don't really get a name for his disguise this episode. He's more of just kind of a dog guy, like some dude that has a dog, but he is in disguise. And it still looks like Gordon Ramsay wearing like a mustache, but he's in disguise.
I'm heading to lunch with my fellow dog lovers and our furry friends.
But so when Gordon Ramsay gets inside, he notices that no one tells him any rules to follow about their dogs. No one says jack shit to them. They just walk in and do their own thing.
There's no structure, no rules.
No one says your dog has to be on a leash. Nothing. Like I was saying in the beginning, though, that's kind of my fear to one of these places is like the rules are kind of chill and they just keep getting more and more and more chill until there's no rules at all. Next thing you know, the dogs are running the place. It's like fucking Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Dogs. I mean, this place gets so bad with the rules, Gordon Ramsay has to dress up in disguise to fucking get there and fix it. He can't even do this place as normal Gordon Ramsay.
I mean, this dog's out of control all over the place. That dog over there is eating off the table.
I mean, again, what do you expect here? There's dogs and they're given food. You think they're just gonna eat it on the floor? Why aren't you eating on the floor? Maybe you eat on the floor here and the dog eats at the table. Maybe that's what we do.
We're ordering dog-friendly chow for our canine companions.
But then for himself, Gordon Ramsay ends up getting a medium rare burger. It's pretty gross. You see the servers, they take their orders, walk over, pet a bunch of dogs, and then later are going to be bringing out all their food over there. They're not wearing any gloves. You can guarantee they're not washing their hands. You could say that again, Gordon. So eventually they bring the dog food to the table, and not only is it scorching hot, but everybody gets mad because the dog food is put on the table where everybody else's food is.
Wow, put the dog food on the table.
Even though little do they know, it was cooked in the same area. Practically the same pan. You know, depending on what you order, it's the same ingredients. This part fucking cracked me up. Pamela's in the kitchen with everybody. She's making coffee or something, and it cuts to her like fucking up with the coffee maker.
I just made it, and it just went everywhere.
And then Greg, this motherfucker, responds with, well, why'd you do it wrong?
Why do you make it wrong?
What a fucking dildo. Just right there, that's not how you talk to your wife. If anything, that should have been a funny moment for them.
Why do you make it wrong?
Fucking Greg.
You're like the world's biggest fucking parasite.
I mean, at this stage, the dog food looks way more attractive than the customer's food.
I mean, Gordon, that's a little harsh. That food looks fine. It was just a bunch of tacos and shit. And then, come on.
Ask for medium rare, look at it, grey, it's white.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a little more sense to complain about. But the tacos before, whatever.
Not good, not good.
But I mean, come on, guys. Even I can make a burger correctly. Jesus Christ.
This chicken is bland.
Oh, that might have been for the dog. Oops, sorry, you got the dog's chicken, my bad. But damn though, that fucking chicken died just to be cooked bland? What a shame. Oh, yikes, there's a dog hair in the french fries.
Oh my lord, what is that?
That's a human hair.
Actually, look, you can even see where it came off of her head.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting. Oh, I don't know why, that really grosses me out. Oh, that turns my stomach just thinking about, like, imagine, like, you pick up a hair off your steak and you can see the root there. Oh, that turns my stomach.
How are you?
Damn, Pamela, this is embarrassing. You walk right over to Gordon and you have no idea he's at that table. Although I will be fair, Gordon does eventually get up, walk away, and get out of his disguise in the bathroom, but she was there and she had no idea.
There's more hair in my food than you just put on my chin.
Holy shit.
But so now Gordon's out of disguise, he wrangles everybody up and then does his thing.
You guys, follow me.
He reveals to Pam and Greg though, like, that was me sitting right over there.
I've been sat there for the last 60 minutes.
And they each look at each other like, holy shit, that was Gordon Ramsay the whole time?
I felt like the dogs were more in charge than the owners.
Oh, well, that's how it should be here. This is a dog restaurant, Gordon. That's how it should be. And then grossly, Gordon asks if anybody else found hair in their food, and a lot of other people raise their hands.
Anybody else find hair in the food? You found some hair?
Yes.
Although maybe that could be like a thing, like however many dog hairs you have in your food, you collect them, and at the end, you get a discount.
Human hair or dog's hair?
But then he reveals to them that he's been secretly recording them for like about a week, and then now he's gonna show them the grit and grime of this place.
Oh, shit.
We see a little bit of dogs in the kitchen.
Chuck, out of the kitchen.
But we don't have a recipe to follow.
They also don't keep track of any inventory, so they're just like, oh shit, we don't got hamburger buns now, fuck.
Greg, do we have any more hamburger buns?
They have venom oozing out of some gross shit in the kitchen.
I don't know, it's gross.
Wow.
I do kind of hate this part. Gordon often does this, where someone will see footage like this and they'll giggle out of awkwardness, and he kind of like yells at them like, oh, you find this funny? But you know, some people just do that, and I just hate that. I hate that he has to call that out and kind of be a little prick about that.
First of all, I don't find anything funny here. What's the big giggles?
I know in his mind, he thinks that they're like laughing at the restaurant and they think the shittiness is funny, but I don't think that's what's going on here.
Laugh instead of crying.
And then Gordon turns to Greg after all that and asks him if he still thinks he knows how to run a restaurant.
Do you feel you know how to run a restaurant?
Not after looking at that.
There is so much to do here. Basically, Gordon has to start from the ground up, like creating structure here, creating recipes, everything, remodeling the place. He's basically starting a whole new restaurant. So first, he does have to make sure that everybody here is committed, otherwise this is pointless.
Are you guys committed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, like usual, he sends all the customers away, but asks them to come back in 24 hours to see the new restaurant. And then we learn the training process here, which is you show up, you get a tour of the restaurant to know where everything is, and then they hand you a book and a pen and you're on your way.
Basically, yeah.
Businesses need a structure.
Oh boy, and now Gordon hears about how they have no recipes.
Hold on a minute, you have no recipes.
We're told to read the menu and then base it upon what the menu description is.
Who the fuck thought that'd be a good idea? Where like someone orders a burger and depending on who makes it, that's the kind of burger you get.
Oh, Greg's told me that quite a few times.
Oh boy, and then we get some more fuckery out of Greg. He ends up calling out his employees being like, oh yeah, well I train you guys all the time, and then in a week you're like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, but I've also taught you things, and then a week later you go, well, I didn't know how to do that.
God, this guy's a prick. And then another girl chimes in and says the communication here sucks, which we could tell from Greg. But then as she says that, everybody starts arguing, Greg's yapping like a little dog, it just becomes a mess.
Jesus Christ.
You could say that again, Gordon.
Jesus Christ.
I love doing that. But then now Gordon pulls out a tablet and starts reading some online reviews.
Let's hear from your customers.
One of the reviews mentioned that when the dog got to the bottom of their bowl, the bowl was filled with onions, and if you don't know, onions are poisonous to dogs.
If you didn't know onions, they're toxic for dogs. I wouldn't be surprised if this place is closed in 6 months.
Greg's such a fucking idiot. After all that, he goes, wow, I knew this place was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad.
I know it's bad, but I didn't think everything was bad about it.
Shut the fuck up, Greg. You knew how bad it was.
Shut the fuck up, Greg. I'm trying to help you. Shut up, will ya?
Gordon tells him, though, that if they want to have a dog-friendly restaurant, they need to have rules that they consistently follow and structure. You know, which is kind of the same, but you know.
We're going to turn this around. We're starting right now.
Watch out for the dogs sitting in the restaurant.
See, I fucking told you there'd be poop there eventually. Why would I want to go to a restaurant that I know someone has pooped on the floor in? You know what I mean? But yeah, like I wrote here in my notes, see, that alone is a reason not to go to this restaurant. They don't even have bathrooms for the dog. They don't have a yard. They got nothing. Where's my doggy gonna poop after he has dinner, huh? He's just supposed to go on the floor here, or you got a doggy porta potty?
This is yours, right?
Oh my god. See, you could easily have a dog yard back here. I understand you have to put some construction in to get that, but that could easily be a dog yard.
This is all our area.
Jesus, what a missed opportunity.
And then eventually Gordon does ask them if they're using the same ingredients for the dog food that they're using for the people food, like the bacon and sausage and things like that.
But are we using the same sausage, ham, egg, bacon that we do with the customers?
Yes.
And the chef says yes, which also proves that the owners don't even know what's good and bad for dogs to feed them.
Wait, why not?
Why not? Are you kidding me? I don't know, maybe it'll just kill them, you know, no big deal.
Their stomachs are sensitive and you could end up poisoning them.
Oh lord, and now Gordon's in the kitchen and he's asking when's the last time this was cleaned.
When was the last time that was clean?
Been months.
Months. And not only are you serving people, you're serving their dogs as well. These guys are trying to wipe out the whole family in one swoop. What the fuck you doing?
Bloody hell.
Ugh. And then Gordon starts scraping it off with a knife. You know how he always has to do that freaky shit.
You mean years?
And the black shit's just flying in his face.
Fucking hell.
That was just really gross. And then we learned that what he was scraping off is actually supposed to be a window so you could see inside and see what's cooking. That's how dirty this place is.
That's the window because you're supposed to see how things are cooking in there. You know that, right?
And then Gordon finds an old-ass hot dog laying on the stove. He picks it up and he's like, what's this?
What is that?
Hot dog.
I don't think he meant literally, what is this? I think he more meant, why the fuck is there an old-ass hot dog up here?
What in the fuck are they?
And then Gordon finds some nasty-ass bananas, and the way he describes that is hilarious.
I've seen better looking shit at the bottom of a pooper scooper.
Those are words that I have never said. To be fair, too, those bananas were supposed to be for banana bread, but, you know, maybe they got left out a little too long.
For the fucking dog's banana bread?
But then when he asks if anybody has any explanation, this is all he gets for an answer.
I really don't know how to explain it.
Same. I wouldn't know how to explain that either. Or you could be like, I don't know, Gordon, this place was spotless last night. Someone broke in and just started shitting everywhere. That's the only excuse I got. So then next he goes into their walk-ins where their front door of it doesn't even lock.
And not to mention, every time it rains, about half of it will flood.
Gordon does end up finding some meatloaf in there, and it's pretty funny because he's like, is this for humans or for dogs? And he really can't tell.
Is this meatloaf for a dog or for the customer?
Customers.
For the customers.
Yikes, though. Tensions start getting really hot, and now the employees are starting to argue out there.
And you're perfect, right?
No. But you think you are.
Gordon yells at all of them, makes them shut up, and says this place needs to be cleaned, and I mean fucking cleaned.
We've got no time for this bullshit. I want this place clean, and I mean fucking clean.
Gordon, if you had to give a quick, snappy review of these guys before you trained them, what would you say?
They're just a bunch of fucking puppies that are still sucking on their fucking teeth.
I guess that's one way to describe them. Goodness gracious, Gordon. And then Gordon has a little chit-chat with Sue, and this is where they decide to keep her on as manager instead of looking for a new one.
Well, I think I got it, yeah.
And then while while the renovation team continues, Gordon takes the kitchen crew on to Hell on Wheels to start their training.
Line up, let's go.
All right.
Greg does try to come along too, but Gordon yells at him and is basically like, let them do their shit, you fuck off back to the kitchen. Trust these guys that they could do their job and do yours.
I'm hoping that get Greg out of that fucking kitchen.
I wonder if Greg's the one leaving all those hairs. And then after Gordon gets everybody situated on the Hell on Wheels, he goes back into the restaurant to have a little chit chat with Greg. And Greg there actually claims to care about these people more than he actually leads on.
If you do, you have a really weird way of showing it.
Yeah, that's for sure. But you know, no one ever said Greg's normal. Oh, and then this part gets really awkward. Gordon makes Greg watch a video of Pamela basically just complaining about their relationship, talking about how hard it is to do their relationship and to do the restaurant at the same time, and just the stresses that come with both of that, and it's very awkward to watch him watch that. She gives an example though of like she'll go to hold his hand at the restaurant and he'll push her away and shit like that. That's sad.
No.
There have been times where I've just wanted to get away.
That's your wife. You talk to her like she's a server.
Greg tries to be like, I'm sorry, I take her for granted, I'm just numb, and Gordon Ramsay's like, cut the shit and be respectful to your fucking wife, okay?
Cut the crap, get a grip, and show fucking respect.
I do feel like that conversation did kind of help him realize how shitty he's been, at least to his wife, because then he goes straight to her and kind of breaks down and apologizes.
As bad as I've ran this restaurant, I've been worse to you. This place is important, but it's not anywhere close to as important as you are.
I didn't know Greg could be sweet.
Day in and day out, you bust your ass. I love you, and I don't want to lose you.
I do like this here. They do a funny little gag where Gordon Ramsay goes over to Pam and Greg's office and just starts yelling at them.
Don't look at me like that, because you guys just run riot all fucking day, just sniffing people's asses.
But in reality, he's talking to Solomon and Chuck. I really like that little gag they did. And then as a little energy boost, Gordon takes everybody out to Hell on Wheels to try all the food that the chefs have been practicing. And the dogs have little tables too. That's pretty cute.
I think customers are gonna flip for this new menu.
Oh, that'd be kind of sick. You just have people in line doing backflips and shit for food.
It's made me realize how much I need to step back and just let them do their job.
Wow, all it took was Gordon Ramsay to dress up, come here and remodel your restaurant under 24 hours for you to realize all that.
Good.
But so then now they go back into the kitchen and Gordon shows them their newly cleaned kitchen because he had professional cleaners come in because that's how gross the fucking place was.
I had professional cleaners in here all night.
And then of course he also filled the place with new state-of-the-art equipment like blenders and knives and all the shit they need.
You are equipped from top to bottom with everything you need.
And then to help out so they're not cooking the dog food and the people food right next to each other,
Cross-contamination has to stop.
he got them 2 induction burners for the dog food.
You keep this fucker out of the kitchen.
We do learn they made a dog-free side of the restaurant and then obviously a dog side of the restaurant, which I feel like if you're going here, the dog-free side seems pretty boring. Why would you, oh, this place has great tacos, I gotta go there, but there will be a lot of dogs.
So this side will be for people with dogs, and this side, people without dogs.
But that does show that they are adding rules, even some that they didn't even think about implementing before.
There's still one big change the team has yet to sniff out.
Yard time, baby. Gordon goes outside with them, reveals their brand new yard that they got donated by Canine Grass.
Greg, go ahead and lift your leg on that fire hydrant.
Come on, Greg, do it. Show them you got that dog in you.
We're not done yet, but we're getting there.
And now that they've finished all the renovations and everyone's trained as well as they can be in 24 hours, they open up the brand new Fetch Bistro.
Welcome to the new Fetch Bistro.
It's very beautiful inside. They got a brand new, very vibrant paint job. There's grass on the wall that looks really nice, and then they have a Fetch grass sign that looks really nice as well. Gordon's team did a great job here. I think Gordon's team does a much better job than the bar rescue team. They even give out people little dog beds when they show up there to put next to your table. How fucking cute is that? They added a photo booth too to attract more customers. I think they probably should have added a little doggy photo booth too. That would have been kind of cool. But I guess you could like hold your dog in there maybe. People do seem to really enjoy the restaurant though. They say that it's a great place for dogs and people, which is good. That's the intent.
I just can't believe it's done in 24 hours.
Not everyone's doing great though. Someone does not know how to cook burgers. 2 got sent back and they had to re-burn them.
That's raw.
Gordon freaks out a little bit as you'd expect, but then everybody calms down, they remake the burgers and everything goes back to normal. We hear from one dude that used to come here a lot with his friends, and he's talking about how this place used to feel like a restaurant for dogs only, and now it feels like a restaurant for people and dogs.
Before, it looked like a restaurant just for dogs.
If I ever went to a restaurant that it felt like the dogs were more important than me, I don't know if I'd ever go back. Because this guy doesn't even have a dog with him, so especially if I had no dog. He's like, yeah, I don't know, every time I go there, they'd give me a dog bowl, and I'd have to eat off the floor and piss outside. It was just weird. But now they got bathrooms, so it's a little more normal.
Now it looks like a restaurant that regular diners can come to and enjoy.
It just makes me laugh when they interview people that like come here a lot, and it's like, well, fuck, you were gonna come here anyways then.
It's fun.
Before they wrap up though, Gordon takes a bunch of pictures with people. There's actually a really cute moment in there too with him. And then he says his goodbyes to Pam and Greg and goes on his way.
Stay together, stay united. and make this work.
We will.
3 months later, I almost don't even know why they include these still. I mean, I know they kind of need some kind of update to end the episode, but you get nothing out of these.
Hey, Chef Ramsay.
Basically, we learned though that so far things are going pretty well for them, and Greg is staying out of the kitchen.
So I'm staying out of the kitchen as instructed.
And that's kind of it. But so then now for the years later update. Although the show's makeover provided a temporary boost in customers, the owners faced health code violations and struggled to maintain profitability. They closed the original Wichita location permanently in April of 2019. But lucky for them, they took this place and moved it to New York and started a Fetch Bar and Grill, so maybe in the future we could get this on Bar Rescue. Maybe John Taffer can help them too. It doesn't say, but it makes me wonder if they do still let dogs in there. Alright though, boys and girls, that was Fetch Bistro from Gordon Ramsay's 24 Hours to Hell and Back. That was a pretty cute episode. You know, it wasn't as vicious or nasty as some of these can get, but it was a pretty fun episode. I like that. You know, plus I like seeing all the dogs too. That was fun. It was just a very unique episode. But alright, cats and kittens, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hear me yap about some Gordon Ramsay, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.